My first time was not too fun. I was 13. It was awkward. It didn't connect with the person well, and it wasn't a great experience. But it got better after that.
So the next time was better.
Next time, yeah.
Second time.
Next time was better. Second time was better.
Okay.
Third time was the best. So, third time's the charm.
Yeah. My first time, it was in a place I'd never been before.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't quite sure where I was going. It was in this kind of old house, and there was an arrow that told me to go down to the basement, so I was already nervous. I got in there and it smelled good. There was some candles burning. There were books on the shelves, and there were prom dresses hanging everywhere. I walked back to this room. I was sweating a little bit, and I knew that my voice was kind of shaky and trembly, and she leaned in and said, "So tell me about yourself." And I wasn't prepared for that. But we connected instantly, and from there on out, every time was great. So, I mean, obviously our experiences differ with our first time.
Yeah. Which is how it is. I'm Laura.
I'm Jess.
We're talking about your first time at counseling.
Is it counseling? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it was pretty steamy there for a minute.
It did get a little 50 Shades. We want to bust some myths with you about counseling. We're going to do some myth busting. We'll bust some myths. What it's like to go for the first time.
Yeah.
And what your experience should and shouldn't be like.
By two people who have been to counseling before.
Exactly.
And who have studied counseling before. And who practice counseling in various settings.
Yeah. So here we go. Everybody's experience is different, and it's okay for it to be different. It's important to just keep going no matter what, because sometimes the first time you're there, you don't connect with your counselor, or they ask you unexpected questions, and it feels really uncomfortable, and you may leave feeling like,
what just happened?
yeah,
What did I just do? You know?
Yeah. Do I want to go back?
Do I want to go back?
Do I want to face this person again? When I think about it, sometimes going to counseling is a little bit like cleaning out a wound. It's going to hurt a little bit at first, and it's not going to feel good, but after the wound is cleaned out, you can start to heal and you can feel better. You'll feel more comfortable. So if your first experience isn't that great, then at least give it another try. Go to at least one more session.
And, the person who's cleaning the wound out, whenever you first go to counseling, maybe that person's not the right person for you. There are other options out there for different counselors. You're not going to immediately connect with the first person that you tell somebody about maybe some deep, dark things that you've never told anyone before. And maybe you're not even ready to do that, and that's okay. You're testing them out as much as they're testing you out and kind of seeing, if you're going to work well together. But the important thing is to not give up, to continue to try new people, try new things, because having support is so important for your mental well-being.
If you don't connect with your counselor, you don't have to stay with that counselor.
Exactly.
That's your choice, and that's one of the great things about counseling is that it's your choice. Again, I'd encourage you to give them at least, 2 sessions for you to figure out, because I just started counseling. My first session with my counselor, she was nice, but I was like, I don't know if I connect with her. And so going back to my session yesterday, I walked in feeling like, I don't even want to do this today. I don't connect with her. This isn't going to be good. I left that session feeling a million times better and feeling like I connected to her so much better than in the first session. The first session is always like your first doctor's visit. Right. You're just kind of getting information and figuring things out, answering weird questions.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, but it starts to feel better if you give it a chance. But if for some reason you don't connect with your counselor, you're not gonna break their heart if you tell them that this counseling relationship isn't the best fit for me. Counseling is about you, about getting what you want, what you need out of it. So it should be your choice to see a counselor that you feel comfortable with and that you feel like you really connect with, and that person can help you.
One of the other myths about, choosing a counselor is counselors don't really care and they're just in it for the money. And I could not disagree with that statement anymore.
Absolutely.
I've had people tell me, like, you don't really care, it's just your job. But there's a reason why I got into the helping field. We wouldn't have spent years of grad school and hours upon hours of studying in order to, enhance the helping relationship. We genuinely care about the campus community as a counselor at the Health and Wellness Center, and this is our community. We consider Penn State a family, and this is not just saying about Penn State too. Could be generalized to counselors as well. Counseling is a field with counselors that enjoy seeing people make progress, seeing people reach their goals. That is our biggest form of payment. Mm-hmm. We don't want you to have to rely upon us for the rest of your lives. This might be a temporary thing. Mm-hmm. This might be something that you maybe revisit in a couple years or in a couple months, and we want you to be able to form those skills to be able to handle things on your own.
One session didn't work. I'm not better yet, and so clearly counseling doesn't work. That's not the way that counseling operates. I think of counseling as kind of being like asking a local for directions, as opposed to trying to use the GPS yourself. Or I still get lost with the GPS. I get lost no matter what. So I always need a little bit of help. But when you go to a counselor, you're asking somebody who already knows the roadmap.
Yeah.
Who knows the lay of the land. They know how to get you there, and they're gonna work to get you there at the right pace.
Most of the time, changes take time, especially if they're deep-seated changes that you really want to make. And it's important to be patient with that and not to put too much pressure on yourself. After the first session, you're not going to come out a whole different person.
Yeah. Do not expect that.
Do not.
Don't go into the first session thinking that you're going to come out a changed person completely.
A lot of students talk about not wanting to burden other people with responsibility. And, as a counselor, we want to be able to help you alleviate some of that burden on yourself.
Yeah. Nobody's meant to walk alone the whole time. And I think some people put pressure on themselves and say that this is something I should do on my own. I shouldn't have to talk to a counselor about it. But that's another myth, is that the only people who are supposed to go to counseling are the people that have
serious mental health problems.
Yeah.
And that's not true.
It's so not true. The reason that I started therapy again was because of just, the stress that I've been dealing with in my daily life, and I wanted to be able to share it with somebody outside of work friends and friends and family that could give me a different perspective. And so I would encourage you, no matter what you're dealing with, don't judge yourself and say no, this isn't something that I should have to share with somebody else. It's something I need to walk through by myself. I admire people who are, you want to work it out on your own. Mm-hmm. But we're wired for connectivity. We are meant to share our lives with other people. It's not a bad thing to share what you're going through with other people, and no matter what it is, big or small, life-consuming or just kind of a blip on the radar screen, it's worth being able to share it with somebody. You're worth that. What you're experiencing is valid. Your emotions are manageable and they're mentionable.
Sometimes people think that mental health problems don't exist. That is extremely difficult.
Yeah.
And it is a lie. I don't know if maybe your parents or your grandparents or someone has said, well, you just need to get over it. That's not true. It's important to acknowledge whatever's going on. Acknowledge your feelings. Acknowledge that you're feeling stressed or sad or anxious, whatever it may be. And understand that it exists. It's valid. And you deserve to be able to talk to somebody about that. We're doing these videos because we want you to know that you're not alone.
Yeah. You don't have to do it by yourself. And you're already a step ahead because you know Jess. If you go down to the Health and Wellness Center, you've already seen her face, you know what she looks like, you've heard her voice.
Yes. So my very deep voice.
It is.
Yes. It can be very comforting to
It is. It is. I've talked to Jess before. We've had these chats about counseling. We'll have the information down below for how to get scheduled for an appointment on our campus. Here at Penn State, you have, it's 5 free sessions or
8.
It's 8 free sessions. I'm sorry, 8 free sessions.
Yes.
So you can take advantage of that. 8 free sessions to go and talk to somebody about what's going on in your life. But if Health and Wellness Center at Penn State Altoona isn't for you, if you are watching this as someone outside of Penn State Altoona, then I would encourage you to go online and just search counselors in the area. A lot of times counselors have bios on the website that you can kind of read about what their background is in, what they studied, what kind of issues they specialize in helping people with, and then you can choose who you'd like to see. Bottom line, take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, because you deserve it. You are so worth it. That's like a makeup thing, isn't it? Which one is it that
Maybe you're born with it, maybe it's Maybelline.
maybe it's Maybelline?
Or you're worth it. I don't know what it is.
Oh crud, which one is it? It's
Because you're worth it.
yeah.
I don't
It's
remember.
worth it. Yeah. It's a song too, I think.
There's-
Oh yeah, Fifth Harmony.
Fifth Harmony. There you
Maybe
go.
I'm worth it.
Yeah. We listen to Fifth Harmony too, so
Yeah.
I know what people
Yes, we're normal. We are. I swear.
Normal
I swear.
is a very subjective
We're
term for
normal.
us.